people, these were projects that they were working on in their head, that they were teasing out over the course of their entire graduate degree. But first and foremost, these are incredibly personal projects in the sense that each graduate student who's doing this project, they are the only person who could do it. It's the skill set that they came before they entered this graduate degree. It's the work and their outside experiences. It's the passion. Throughout it all, this is a group of people who love food, and this is the world, the future change makers. So even before they have started, we wish them incredible congratulations and joy for the day. And we have it broken down roughly into categories. We're not going to be doing questions and answers until the very end for the entire group. The first group presenting the topic is developing community, real and virtual. We're going to begin with Lisa Geismar, defining the community food space. Lisa.
Hi everyone, can you hear me? Great.
Yep.
So my name is Lisa Geismar, and I'm presenting my project called Defining the Community Food Space, a guide to reimagining communities, empowerment, and the future of good food in the urban sphere. Before I describe my project, I wanted to talk a little bit about myself, where I come from, and why I was inspired to do the project. I consider myself to be a social justice advocate as well as a change maker, and I have from a very young age. I was raised in a Quaker environment. I was a grassroots peace organizer, and I studied abroad in both Australia and Vermont for food systems leadership. I'm also a yoga instructor, so I consider health and wellness on both an individual and a global scale. And I'm a native New Yorker, so the well-being of urban communities is very important to me. I was inspired to do this project because of my frustration with the local food initiatives going on in New York City. While I love going to the farmer's market and walking around buying fresh produce and supporting the local economy, I don't really feel like genuine, bustling connections can be made in a real community way. So that's why I was inspired to create this concept called the community food space. So this leads me to talk about my project, which is a philosophical guide for the community food space. It's a physical space that I've created this ideology for. Right now, it's a theoretical project, but it could easily become applied with the proper resources for a given community. I wanted to share a little bit of the mission statement that I created for my project so that people have a better understanding of where I'm coming from. So, a community food space is a physical space that augments a city's disjointed foodscape. It's a space that reimagines community connections through cross-generational dialogue, experiential learning, and collective action. Through food-driven programming, events, and partnerships, community food spaces cultivate dynamic change, reciprocity, and individual empowerment. While working on the project, I created this chart for myself and for others, which is called What We Are and What We Are Not. It was a really helpful way for me to define myself against the other food initiatives going on in urban spheres, and also help me create this ideology of the community food space. I define myself against other initiatives going on like retail spaces, food hubs that aggregate food, alternative markets such as farmers markets, public health initiatives, and other charitable organizations that work along a hierarchical structure. However, a community food space is really more of a participatory space, it's a creative space, it's a community, and it's a place where people in urban spheres can really come, develop a sense of place, share their culture, and sort of develop this groundswell grassroots movement that I don't really feel is going on in New York City at the moment. Next, I wanted to talk about the stakeholders in a community food space, and these are both the people that a community food space would serve and the people who run it. And my answer for who it would serve and who would run it is everyone. It serves men, women, children, students, teachers, and these people are also the people who lead the community food space. It's a space where everyone can feel empowered, all the programs are suitable for these demographics, and it's a way for different demographics and cross-generational groups to really interact and build these unexpected communities. In my project, I call it a nuanced hierarchy because everyone has the opportunity to become a giver, a leader, and feel empowered based on the programs that they create and participate in. It's really unlike the typical hierarchical structure of a charitable organization because it stresses that the people that are participating are really the solution. Next, I wanted to talk a little bit about the programs that would exist at a community food space. These are based on if a community food space were to exist in New York City, but the programs really would adapt and evolve depending on the community and the city that implements this type of initiative. I want to mention that each program has a tangible outcome so that the people participating walk away feeling empowered and like they have a sense of agency. For example, our community-supported agriculture program where people pick up groceries each week would lead to a community cookbook, a community potluck dinner, or people could create value-added products to share within the community or outside the community as a way to share culture, learn about other people, create strong food memories and community. I'm going to talk more specifically about one of my programs that I've proposed, which is called Take Back the Kitchen. It's a male empowerment cooking class that would happen bi-weekly, and it's a way for men to reclaim the home kitchen, which is culturally thought of as a female-dominated space at this time. It's taught by mentors, but the people taking the class could easily become leaders if they feel inspired, if they want to contribute something new, if they learned a skill that they didn't have before. It's also never held for a closed group of people, which is my idea for all of these programs. People can come and go as they please each week. While the topics will change, it's really just up to the participant and what they get out of it. I want people from this program specifically to learn how to meal plan, grocery shop, which is what I consider the learning by doing piece. And then the shared discussions, the shared meals, and the social interaction is what I consider to be the community building piece. I really want people to walk away with new friends and a sense of agency and autonomy in the kitchen that they didn't have before. So in conclusion, my project right now is theoretical, but it could easily become applied with the proper resources. It's a philosophical guide for the community food space, which is an ideology, but in my opinion, it's as much a thought process as it is a real tangible solution for change. It's contingent on the community needs and the community resources that exist. It could easily be within an existing organization or physical place that exists, like a church, a synagogue, or a food pantry. It really could exist in a back room. It's a simple way for people to come together, enjoy the commensality of food, and build genuine communities. I think it's a great solution because it breaks down demographic boundaries and lines of difference, and most importantly, it emphasizes the power of people as part of the solution. Thank you.